So guys, it's my first night back at the sorority house, and we're doing chicken and gravy for dinner. We're going to start out by making a little rice. Got to have this like rice to go with the chicken and gravy, right? So it starts out with a little onion, carrot, scallion, celery, and I got some diced tomato too. I'm going to throw all those in a bowl while my pan is heating up. Once that's warm, I'm going to throw in a light olive oil. And we're going to throw all these veggies in there and let them start sauteing. Just want to soften them up a little bit. We're going to hit them with a whole bunch of garlic. And we're doing an herbed rice tonight, so we're going to also hit these with a ton of different herbs. So we're going to start with some salt, some black pepper. And we're going to go down with some rosemary. I've also got some oregano, and I've also got some thyme. So we're going to get these in there. We're going to give this a nice stir, get those all mixed around. Now, when I do my rice, guys, I do 2 to 1. I do 2 parts liquid to 1 part rice. So I have 2 quarts of rice here. That's going to go in, and this is key right here. We want to cover all this rice in all the oils and the flavors and the juices from all these veggies. So we're going to mix it around really well till there's no dry pockets left, all right? No dry rice. We want it all covered. We want it all moist and wet. It's going to kind of saute a little bit down in there. Same way you used to cook your old school rice-a-roni. Then, like I said, 2 to 1. So we did 2 quarts of rice. We're doing 4 quarts of chicken stock. We pour that in. We're going to give that a nice stir. Be sure it all gets mixed up. Once that comes to a simmer, we'll give it one final stir. Guys, I'm going to throw a lid on it. We're going to let this go for 20 minutes. That's all it takes. When it's done, check this out. Just like that, it's perfect. You could use a fork to fluff it. I just happen to have a spoon right here. We're going to go ahead and put this into a little dish. This is going to keep it warm while we get the rest of our dinner going. So I'm just going to cover this up with a little bit of plastic. Guys, we're going to hold it up at our stove. That's going to stay nice and warm. We're going to get started on this chicken and gravy. Now we're doing like a fried chicken style. I have chicken thighs tonight. The first thing we need to do is make our breading, which is actually just a flour coating. So I have some all-purpose flour. We're going to season this up. I got garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of paprika. We're going to add in some rosemary and some thyme, kind of match those flavors that were in the rice. A little salt and black pepper. That's it. I use a whisk to mix that up really well. Now, before I do anything else, guys, I'm going to get a couple spoonfuls of this and set it aside. We're going to use that for our gravy in a little while. So I throw my chicken thighs in there. I'm just going to throw them all in there, give it a nice stir. Be sure these all get really well coated. Meanwhile, I have a pan on the stove warming up. I'm going to start throwing these chickens in there. It's like we're making fried chicken. Just kind of keep moving them around. We're going to flip them back and forth till they get nice and done. Those guys are looking good. Let's set them aside and make some gravy. I got all my drippings left in the pan. I'm going to take that flour that I saved and we're going to throw it right in there. We're just going to mix this up. We're going to start making a roux. We're going to let this cook for 2 or 3 minutes. Let the starches kind of cook out of that flour. It's just going to start getting real flavorful. Mix that around. It might get slightly dark on us, and that's okay. We're doing a brown gravy here. So as soon as I'm ready, I'm going to actually start by going in on this with some of my red wine. I got a classic box wine. It's a 2023 Cabernet. So we're just going to pour a bunch in there. Probably put about a cup or so. I'm going to give that a really quick stir. And then, guys, I'm going to go in with my beef stock. And I'm going to add just a little bit at a time. Stir that around. Get it all mixed up really nice. It's going to start to thicken because of that roux. We're going to add a little bit more of that stock. Just go a little bit at a time. We don't want to go too much and have this be too thin. So once again, we're going to kind of let this come to a simmer. I tasted it. We're just going to do a light seasoning, a little bit of salt and pepper just to finish it. And let that reduce down a little. Guys, that's looking really good. Nice little red wine, brown gravy. It's going to go great on that chicken. Kind of a deconstructed coq au vin, if you will. So we mix this around. That's looking perfect. And I'm going to set that in a little pan, put it off to the side to stay warm. It's about time to plate this food. So let me show you what we're going to do tonight, guys. We're going to start with our rice. That's going to go down, and we're going to make a little bed. Chicken's going to go on top of that. These thighs aren't huge, so I'm giving them 1.5 tonight. That gravy goes right on top. And then we're not going to stop there, guys. We're going to add a little bit of broccoli, put some nice color on the plate, a little bit of veggie. And that's it. Super simple. Chicken and gravy, rice and broccoli. Doesn't that look good? Man, just get in there and enjoy. That's what it looks like going out. Now that I made one for them, guys, I'm going to make a little sample for me. I'm not going to do a whole big thing, but I do want to taste it and see how these flavors all come together. So I got my little bit of rice, my chicken, and my gravy. I get in there and try it. And man, what a great night. What a perfect way to start off the second semester. Those little crispy edges on the chicken are great. The gravy is nice and rich. The rice is a great vehicle to carry all the flavors together. Man, what a treat. Thanks for watching. Cheers, everyone.